Man, it's been a while. It has been a while. I'm glad to be here, no matter how many people show up today. I would like to be live more often, but things happen. So right now my back hurts. That's a me problem. It's not a you problem. It's a me problem. Right now my shoulder blade is freaking killing me. I need one of those massage chairs, or like I have one of those massage guns. Well, Erica does, and I can use it, but I can't use it myself on my back. Like it's impossible. I can use it on my arm, use it on my leg. I can't use it on my back, of course. Anyways, um, I'll let some people get in here and we can dive into what we need to dive into, any type of topics today, and just have some conversations. What it's all about. My back is killing me. Well, my shoulder blade. All right. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody's accounts doing today? Good, I hope. We're gonna be going for about an hour today, maybe to like 8:45 or 9. Um, and yeah, we'll call it a day after that. Ow. Seriously, it really does hurt. I sneezed earlier and it nothing but pain in my shoulder blade. No idea why. Um, Maybe pull-ups, I guess. I'm at mine's good. Have you seen what the Zen chart looks like? I have not. Um, does it look good at least? I would imagine that's probably why you're telling me Zen Crypto. I mean, right now it's the volume is up 329%, up to $41 million. That's fantastic. Seeing it up 64% overall in price. That's great as well. I can let you know that from where it stands, if people are not invested into it, I wouldn't advise, people to jump into a play that's up 65%. Now, not saying that this doesn't have a massive amount of potential further than that, because I haven't done any type of research on what the use case is or what the popularity actually is. It looks good to see what's happening here. 65% in the last 24 hours. And if you look at the last month, we've seen this at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. And we're currently seeing this at 5 zeros. So you could have gained a zero there on your overall balance if you were invested into this play. Now, if we look at the total amount, we're looking at, let's see, million, billion, trillion. You have 7 or 8.7 trillion. However, the total supply, you're looking at million, billion, trillion, 3.8 trillion, which doesn't really line up. This is a self-reported circulating supply, so I would imagine it's lower, or you don't really have the right total supply. So that's definitely something that needs to be fixed. The interesting piece about this position that I'm looking at now is more on the breakdown from volume, right? Seeing the breakdown from DEX side to CEX side and seeing 14.8 or $14.9 million through the CEX side. I don't know if that's normal or if something just happened to where you have a lot of people that are buying it on the CEX side because of some reason. If you go to markets to see where it is available to be traded, you have a number of places where you can buy it, number of trading pairs. Uniswap, you have Gate.io, Uniswap being one of the largest. Let's look at the largest. Yeah, Uniswap v3 Ethereum is the largest, which is the DEX side. You're looking at the CEX side, which is Gate.io at 9.1, or MEXC at 5 million. And Uniswap V2 here, you're looking at 4 million. So, totaling that about 13 million between those two that's there. And obviously any other DEXs that could take place as well. But Zen Crypto looks like it's performing really well. And if you have been in that, and hopefully I'm saying this right, but if you have been in that from the past, you gained 65%. That's phenomenal. If you were in there from a while ago, I mean, you probably gained, maybe a 5x or 10x, right? Depends on where you invested with that extra zero. So again, sitting at 5 zeros was sitting at 6 zeros for the last month, and you saw it even at a high of a little bit higher than where it is right now, but it definitely is making a little bit of a move. Now let's look into the contract a little bit just to see what's happening there. You have about 80,000 holders, so it does show that it has popularity, right, with the amount of holders that's there. If we go into what the breakdown looks like, I mean, you have a simple breakdown, right? Gate.io has 10%. You're looking at MEXC. Majority of the exchanges are the top wallets. There's no red flags that are there. It looks very, very interesting. It looks like something that could, have a lot of movement, especially with the amount of holders that are there. So it's great to see that. Fantastic to see this position move. Maybe I'll look into it a little bit further because it does look like it has a little bit of popularity. And let's check out their Twitter. Yeah, it does look like you have a little bit of popularity. You're looking at Jack Levin. Yeah, whoever this is, not even just the cryptocurrency. I guess they just have somebody or the founder of it. But yeah, this is very, very interesting. It's just right now, if I was to say, hey, this is a great investment, it's not a great investment right now, because you're looking at 66% of a gain. Typically, you're going to see some sort of retracement. It doesn't mean that it won't be an investment when we do see that retracement. And things could continue to run, but you don't want to take on that risk if you are a new investor into the play. But that's just my opinion. And if you want to dip your toe in the water and feel like this is going to absolutely run, then by all means, go ahead and do that. I'm not saying it's a dumb idea at all. It's just not a part of my strategy to invest into anything that is running. And I'm not going to change up my strategy for something else, for just a cryptocurrency, right? So, yeah, that's what I had for you. It looks good, though. The chart really, really does look good. All right, we got 68 people here, guys. Make sure you guys take the time to hit that like button. Did you hit the like button yet? I have to copy that because I put it in the wrong spot. Aiden is not happy upstairs. Did you hit the... You don't need to actually hit it, but did you tap that like button? That's just how people say it. How us in the biz call party time. All right. Let's see what everybody's saying up here. Hi, Matt. Just wanted to ask you your view. Apparently, a lot of people are holding Bitcoin 1 cent. Will they become millionaires in 10 years? A lot of people are holding Bitcoin. What are you talking about? Bitcoin 1 penny of Bitcoin? Is that what you're saying? I don't get what you're saying. There's a lot of people holding Bitcoin. Will they become millionaires in 10 years? Or 0.1 of Bitcoin. And how much is 0.1 of Bitcoin right now? It's a lower price, like $100, something like that. Will they become millionaires? Understand this. If you're investing a low amount into, let's say, a cryptocurrency, you got to understand the mindset of people, right? The mindset of people, this got me weirded out. I was like, what is this? It's my thing for my microphone. But a lot of people will have a different mindset when they're investing into things. If you're investing a decent amount of money, right, you will take a decent amount of money that in profit. If you're investing a smaller amount of money, if you see a larger amount of money, most likely you're going to take profit as of fear. There's going to be fear for you to lose it all. So if people are investing, let's say $100 or $200 into something and expecting to make millions, I guarantee they're not going to make millions. The reason being is because if you have $200 and you get up to a point of $20,000, you're telling me you're not going to take that $200 and take out a large portion of it, if not all of it. Most people will take out all of it probably before $20,000. So Honestly, I can't say whether people are going to make a ton of money out of a play, but I know for a fact that people will take whatever they have, right? If they have, a certain amount, right, lower than 5,000, and they will take profit after, maybe even a 3x, not just like standard profit where it's like I'm taking half my position. They'll take all of it. So it all depends on the mindset of the person, and if they want to wait that long, right? If you invested in, $100 or $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, and it's worth $500,000 right now, what would you do? I guarantee that, well, a lot of people will be like, oh, I'll wait. But I guarantee what you would actually do during that time period would be sell it. Probably way before that $500,000, but let's just say you let it go for a while and you come back and it's $500,000. I guarantee you're taking that because it can pay off bills, it can pay off debt, it can pay off a lot of things, it can do a bunch of things for your family, and they will just take it. So it's not about, whether they will get there or not. It's about what you decide to do um, along the journey, right? Because that journey is not going to be like this. If that journey is like this, then yeah, you will take it as soon as possible, right? But if the journey is staggered, right, you're seeing it go up 20,000 down to 15, up to 25, down to whatever 10 or something like that. If you see that start to move, have normal retracements, people are going to take their money. So I understand where people are coming from, but I don't think they're going to be millionaires. I think they're going to have a decent amount of money, a decent gain. That's it. Hey Matt, how's it going? It's going pretty good. You're getting older. I am getting older. I can tell you my shoulder blade has been hurting. It hurt like this before, and I don't know what's wrong. I mean, I do like pull-ups and bench quite a bit and pinching my back, but that shouldn't. And I do swing the golf club a lot, so swinging through usually hurts my left shoulder if I don't stretch. Um, which sounds very old to say because I'm 32 now. Um, let's go, Crow. I want to see it run as well. Remember, I hold 82,000 of it. Good morning, Matt. Do you still believe in Lunic hitting 50 cents? Um, so I think it can happen. Do I think that it's 100% that's going to happen? There's nothing out there that I think 100% will happen. But I feel very strongly about Terra Luna Classic getting to a level of a penny, which would be a $60 billion market cap. I firmly believe that we can get there, which would be dropping two zeros at the moment. And you can easily get there because it is within the range of normal cryptocurrencies, especially ones that are very popular, that have a following like Terra Luna Classic, have people that are behind it, have a big community. So I believe that Terra Luna Classic can get to a penny. Um, I I can't say, well, I'm probably stronger, like maybe 90%, 95% sure that this is going to get to a penny. I know that there's definitely where people think about this. They go, oh well, I don't see things happening because such and such is out of the community, or we're not doing this, or we don't have utility, and all of that stuff. I honestly don't think it's about utility right now. It's about establishing utility for the future. But this next bull run will be absolutely massive. And who's to say that Terra Luna Classic won't hit a $60 billion market cap? I believe it will. So getting to a penny is my belief, is my kind of first step to where we can see, more things that could, potentially happen. Because right now we're pretty much stuck in the same place that we were. We're looking for burns. We're establishing utility, and we're just trying to move along and try and get this repegged, get this restored, and all of that. But getting to 50 cents is tough, right? To say, hey, it's going to get to 50 cents 100%, or do I firmly believe that it's going to get to 50 cents? I believe it can. I believe it's possible, but it's something where every day you see new things that kind of take away from that thought, like, oh well, it's going to get there. It kind of hurts you a little bit because things are staying the same or remaining at a certain level. But we understand that if we look at Terra Luna Classic, we see it at 0.0001269. at a less than $1 billion market cap. You know that this has so much more room to grow as far as market cap wise, without even worrying about any of the burns that we know are going to come on eventually. Now, not to say that we're seeing a lot of burns within the DEX side, which is where the burns are. We're only seeing $80,000, but eventually we will see more that hovers, maybe even around CEXs if they freaking respond to me. So, anyways, to answer your question, I do have some belief that it can get to 50 cents. As you can see from my spreadsheet that I put out there a bunch of times, I have points to where I'm selling well before 50 cents. I have points to where I'm selling well before, 15 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents, all of those levels, because I know that you have to take profit in the process. But it doesn't mean that I just don't believe in the position above that level. I still have some on my chart or on my spreadsheet to sell at $1. I still have some above $1 because you never know. And the unknown is what makes it interesting. And if I did know everything, I mean, I would be a multi-billionaire at this point. So what's up, everybody? They're burning a massive amount of it each day, which is they're burning a massive amount of it each day, which is how to get into another project in the ecosystem. It's burning more than is being minted. So there's amounts being minted, and you're talking about in the Zen token. There's amounts that are being minted, as well as amounts being burned. What's the mindset on that? I'll have to look into it and understand it a little bit more. Guys, if you haven't had a chance to hit the like button, we have 149 people here. Answer the poll and hit the like button. Anytime I get into a video, I instantly hit the like button. And then if I decide to dislike it, if I don't like what the person's saying, I will dislike it afterwards. Now, most of the people that dislike my videos come in here just to dislike and then leave. So I understand that, but any engagement works. Whether you're disliking or liking, any engagement does work, and I appreciate it. It was a great time to be. What a great time to be alive. I know. The other day I was on the golf course and I was just stood there in silence and listened to the world move. Right. Not necessarily like, oh, like I can hear the world moving, like it needs WD-40 or something. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like I'm listening to the world move around me while I'm standing still. So it's just amazing, one, to be alive. I feel like it's such a great time, not only for investing, for internet, for innovation, all of that stuff, but just for life, man. I've been getting on that kick of like the purpose of life and everything, and it's like, I mean, there is purpose, and I feel like what I feel like the main purpose is to honestly love, love, and then be loved. Basically, that's it. And it means so much more if you actually think about it and just sit there. If you have kids, if you have animals, if you have someone that loves you, love and be loved. And then obviously we all die, we miss each other, and you love the next person, and life goes on and all of this other stuff. But it's just amazing. So you're right. It is a good time to be alive for especially cryptocurrency and, investing. And I hope that we can make this into something, much bigger. I hope that a lot of people will benefit from not only Terra Luna Classic, but from Shiba Inu, from Ethereum, from Bitcoin, from so many different things that are being created. The only thing that really does get me is like, where we're going to be moving, right? Because a lot of people are making that claim. Even I made that claim talking about the US dollar and how we could see it collapse. There's been a number of conversations about that, whether it's by bigger YouTubers or the government themselves. We hear conversations, we see conversations, and it's just so great to be talking about this, because I think we are going to move towards cryptocurrency in the future. That's what I think. But I've given my explanation in that video. If you guys want to go and check it out, go and check it out. um, Give me a second. Ow, my back really does hurt. Uh, I'll go. There we go. Take out this position. Okay, perfect. Sorry. Let's scroll down. How's it going? It's going pretty good. I cannot complain here. What do you think about XLM? So I have invested in XLM in the past. I invested in this play in Stellar and a while ago. I don't believe I made money from it. I think I sold the position to invest into other plays because it ended up getting below a certain level that I wanted to kind of consolidate things. And I do have some things right now that I feel like could be consolidated, but also some of those things that could absolutely blow up. So I haven't really consolidated those that are below like $300. Typically, I like to hold a position that's worth $300 or more and see it run from there. Now I'm getting into a point to where it's like $500. I want to hold things that are more than $500. Everybody has their minimum that they want to invest. But Stellar currently, is at about 10 cents, 10 and a half cents. We're seeing this at a $2.8 billion market cap. Definitely has value. The thing that I saw within this, and the reason why I decided to get out of the play at a higher price, the reason why I decided to get out of the play was because I felt as though it was already at a $1 billion plus market cap, right? When you see things that are at billions of dollars in market cap, you want to see so much more in it to where you're going to see it grow at a scale of what you could see with Ethereum or Bitcoin or something like that, right? But when something already has a $2 billion market cap, 3, 4, $5 billion market cap, whatever, you're not seeing as much potential. And what I saw was more potential in other things. I'm not saying that this will not run at all, and it does not have the ability to grow. It does. It's just I felt as though when I invested into it, I had another opportunity to gain me a lot more. And I think those are still valid. Those points are still valid because there's a lot of them that are lower. You could even look at Terra Luna Classic, lower than $1 billion market cap. You can look at whatever, right? Bone, if you wanted to, and said that's at a lower market cap, and said that's going to have a possibility to really run based on just having a lower market cap in the overall use case that you could have. But there's arguments for other cryptocurrencies. But for Stellar itself, it's not saying that it does not have a possibility to run. We know that it has popularity. We know that it sees millions of dollars in volume, $46.5 million in volume here, which is nowhere near the highest point. I do want to point out the dilution potential that it does have. However, it's not a crazy amount. You're looking at 54% of it that's out there, meaning you have 46% that's left on the table. That's not game changer. That's not going to absolutely destroy your account if it does end up getting massively diluted. So it's not an issue there. It is something that you have to worry about to have any form of dilution to see if it can make up for it, because you are looking at a $5 million market cap and fully diluted versus a $2.8 million market cap overall. So you want to make sure you understand if it can get to those levels of a $5 million or $5 billion market cap. Sorry. If you go and look at history, you've seen this at a 14 or above, right? $15 billion market cap. So you know that it could function above a $5.2 billion market cap. So seeing at least a tripling, right, or a 3x of that position at the current level, if it is at fully diluted a market cap, right? So you know it has some potential to run there, and just seeing that history, you know it can make a move. Now, if this doesn't get diluted in a quick manner like that, and it happens over time, then you may end up having a better form of dilution there and a reason for diluting the position. You know what I mean? So honestly, this does have potential, but I just look at it as like, oh, well, maybe others have a little bit more. If you see this at a 13, or $30 million market cap, right? Then that would be a 10x return from where it is. But if you're seeing it, at a $12 billion market cap, $30 billion market cap, I got to get used to saying that. 12, if you look at this as a $12 billion market cap, right, you're looking at it just 4x in return. Can you find a different position that's going to give you a 4x or more? Probably, but you also want to diversify in positions that could run. So Stellar could be one of those plays. It's not a bad option. It's not. It's honestly really good. Now, if we look at the price and how the history of the price has been, this has been up to 60 cents. Just seeing it where it is here, at 10 cents all the way up to that high of 60 cents or 70 cents, you could be looking at a 7x there. So, yeah. What do you think about? Oh, I read that. Nero up to the right. How about you? Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Yes, there's an article on Cointelegraph. Do you think Farmcoin can be a top 50 coin in CoinMarketCap? Do I think Farmcoin can be a top 50 coin? So yes, I think it can be a top 50 coin in CoinMarketCap, right? You see others. I mean, there's a lot of space, a lot of room in between. It can be. Do I think that it will be? Honestly, no, I don't. Because I think that when you do see this run, I think the entire crypto market will run as well. I don't think right now it has the hold time for that. So when I look at Farmcoin, right, if I go over to here, you look at the top 50 and you're going to see a variety of things that are in there, whether it's metaverse coins, whether exchange tokens, or, coins with massive use case, right? If I go into Farm, and I look at Harvest Finance, currently at $36.53. We're seeing it at a $24 million market cap. We would just be happy with this getting to a $240 million market cap or a $1 billion market cap, which essentially right now would get it up into the top 50 at a $1 billion market cap. However, when it does run to that point, or if it does run to that point, you know that the rest of the market will run as well. So unless we see like massive adoption here, unless we see a total influx of people that are looking to get into this position, which could be the case, we're not going to see this in the top 50. I don't believe that, even though it will be, worth, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. I think the top 100 coins probably will be worth somewhere around $1 billion overall. Looking at each individual one, at minimum, you're going to be looking at $1 billion for a lot of the plays. And you're going to see the top ones up in the trillions of dollars, right? You're going to see Bitcoin, Ethereum, those in the trillions, maybe even seeing BNB that's in the hundreds of millions, CRO that's in the hundreds of millions, ADA that's in the hundreds of millions, if not, getting up to approaching that $1 trillion mark. But I think you'll see, Bitcoin in the multiple trillions, Ethereum probably getting to trillions, if not multiple trillions as well. And then other things will be worth billions upon billions, and the market will look so much better, so much bigger, and flourish a lot more. So to answer your question, if Farmcoin's going to get up there, not in the top 50, but maybe seeing it in the top 200. I definitely think that could be an easy possibility, but that means so much more when the market is worth so much more. So what you probably mean to ask is like, are we going to see it at $1 billion market cap? And I think that Farmcoin has a solid chance to get to a $1 billion market cap. It just really all depends on what happens within the market, how much, adoption and how much belief comes into the crypto market, comes back to the crypto market. Because with FTX and everything that has happened, with a lot of other platforms and, unregistered security claims and all that stuff, it's kind of setting cryptocurrency back like a year. So we're like, all right, well, are things going to run? Well, we have to figure out all these situations that are going on. So Farmcoin has a lot of possibilities. I hold 100. Am I going to hold until it does get to that point of a $1 billion market cap? Probably not all of it. I will probably have some. I always plan on having some of something because you never know what it's going to be. But I do plan on taking some profit as time goes on with some of these plays and investing into other things, whether that's long-term positions or more short-term positions. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on Farmcoin right now. But I'll ask again, we have 221 people that are here. Make sure you guys take some time to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more of these videos. What do I think of Floki Inu? Honestly, I haven't looked into it heavily. I do have a little bit of Floki Inu, like $100 worth over in KuCoin. But honestly, I haven't looked into Floki Inu that much. So I can't really sit here and say, hey, this is the best thing ever, or they're doing something great here or there, because I haven't really looked into it. Now, I have understood that you do have burns with it. You do have natural features that I would like within the position. And it is a dog coin that does move quite a bit with Dogecoin and Shiba Inu whenever they decide to have any type of news. So it's interesting, and I'll leave it at that. But I'll have to dive into it a little bit more. I didn't go all in on it. I just put literally my dip my toe in the water in Floki Inu. Let me go over here and let me put this here. What else did I talk about? XLM. If you guys want a full breakdown of everything that I talked about, or the different positions that I talked about, my NFA channel, I will have breakdowns. I will take those breakdowns that I had within the live stream, and I will put them over on the NFA channel, just as simple breakdowns. I try to go over certain cryptocurrencies while we're here, and then give you that full breakdown to rewatch and understand where I'm coming from there over on that channel from the live streams. Yeah. Let's see. Scroll down. Thank you for the super chat. Somebody sent a super chat. Commando Spawn, thank you for the super chat. Do you believe in Shiba Swap 2.0 will make Shiba Inu blow up to a cent? So no, right? Getting to a penny is going to be very difficult in seeing a ton of burns that we need to have, right? We need to see that decrease the supply, and we have not seen that at all. We haven't even seen a glimpse of burning off enough. We need to burn off 1 trillion before we can start to really make a lot of those claims. I would love for it to go to a penny. I would love for a platform to get it to a penny, but I wouldn't say that. No matter what use case we can see within it, unless we see that supply decrease down for Shiba Inu, it doesn't make sense why any use case will, or any platform or any use case will get this to a penny or get this to a $6 trillion market cap. It's something that I don't believe could happen there. However, decreasing that supply and getting it to a higher price point, but a lower than $6 trillion market cap, is definitely more feasible. So I would say no. Most of the things hovering around Shiba Swap benefit Bone and Leash and all of the other things of the ecosystem, but it doesn't really benefit Shiba Inu that much, if at all. Just waiting for Lunatic to be back at $1 billion market cap. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna get up. It's gonna take its time. It's gonna get up there. But we have a big community behind it. People that truly do believe in the project and want to create utility for it. But honestly, in my opinion, I don't believe utility is where we should mainly focus on. We need to understand not only increasing the volume there by creating more interest that's there, but we need to see an impact on the volume that's already here. If we have majority of the volume, 90% of the volume, 99% of the volume in CEXs, we need to find a way to implement some sort of burn, something, in the CEXs. I don't know how we do it, but we should be able to implement something. And I really don't know how. I really don't. I'm trying to think of how you can force their hand in a way to basically say whatever they're doing in rewards or whatever they're doing there, you can decide to create that benefit on chain versus what's happening off chain, but you can't, right? I would love to say, oh, any volume that happens on chain, we would love to see the burns, or sorry, any volume that happens off chain, we would love to see the burns that happen on chain, but there's no way to translate that because it stays off chain. And if it's staying off chain, then you can't see that burn translated to the on chain side. So it's so tough to figure out how you can do that. And I know they tried to do that with the burns, where you have the burns that are happening and they take a certain amount and put it into the community pool. And it's like, okay, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? It seems like it would be a bad thing, because then it forces, CZ to take a look at the burns and go, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want half my money to go towards these burns. And then there's nothing that happens there, and they don't do those burns that we already seen. So it's so tough. I want to find a way, but it's so tough. Thank you for the super chat, the other super sticker, Website Warrior. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Satoshi says Shibarium could launch in 2 to 4 months. The unification says enhanced security for devs building DApps on layer 2. The launch is end of year. Part of my metaverse opens end of year. Signs point to Q4 launch. Thoughts? I mean, it's just so ridiculous that it's going to take this long to put out the Shibarium platform when the overall thought process was for it to launch in Q3. Like, what happened that delayed it that much, right? Typically when you see a delay, you're like, all right, I'm delaying it a few months there. I'm delaying it a few weeks or something like that. But seeing it delay by, a whole year, a year and a quarter or something, and maybe even more than that, is ridiculous. And then on top of it, not to get the information of how it's going to benefit Shiba Inu, and it's not going to benefit really at all, because it all depends on how many transactions that happen, right? If we see a certain amount of transactions that happen, and we know that we're going to have enough to burn off. And also, if you see a certain amount of transactions that happen, it really benefits Bone the most, right? Because Bone does have those fees, and you're seeing majority of that fee go into Bone versus looking at, the Shiba Inu side of it, where you have that base fee and you have it split at a certain level for that penny that's going through, or less than a penny that's going through. It benefits Bone a lot more with all the transactions that are happening. And even as we go through millions upon millions of transactions, we're burning nothing worth of Shiba Inu. So it doesn't really make people excited, and people are excited about what it could be and what they could change it to be. But honestly, anytime we've speculated about them changing something because the community isn't happy about it, they don't do that. So I don't know. I really don't have any thoughts on it. I know people are going to be sort of excited, but like I said in one of my videos, it's about like the boy who cried wolf, right? Where they talk about how it's going to benefit Shiba Inu in such a large way for so many different projects, and we've become desensitized to any type of news that comes out for Shiba Inu. By that time, we're going to look at it and there's going to be no movement in the market at all for SHIB. And maybe it's just have movement because of the people that are invested into it. But when it comes to Shibarium itself, we might not see a ton of movement because of that. Does that make sense? Why do we think everything went red yesterday? Well, you need some sort of retracement. So it did get up to about a $1.3 trillion market cap. And there's no rhyme or reason as to why everything went red yesterday. I was watching it, even though I wasn't, like fully engaged into it, like I wasn't live or anything. Everybody knows we need retracements. And if we have retracements, we have healthy movement. If we don't have retracements, we don't have healthy movement. And that was a part of that yesterday, right? You didn't see it fully pull back, right? If it had a full pullback, then there's usually some sort of news behind it. But the gain here again just shows that that was just a retracement. What we're seeing in the market right now, seeing it up to a $1.28 trillion market cap again, we're now seeing this recover from that retracement and maybe even push past that retracement as well. First, Richie, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate the $20 super chat. It means a lot. But yeah, I think that's where we stand when it comes to the market. We're looking at positivity that's happening, right? Ethereum's up to 2,100. You're seeing Bitcoin get closer and closer to that 31,000 mark. BNB is getting closer to that 250 mark. You're seeing, Cardano up to 44, 45 cents. XRP's up to 50, 52 and a half cents. Scroll down here, you're even seeing Shiba Inu make a little bit of a move up 1%. So things are looking up for cryptocurrency right now, but it was mainly probably just because we needed a retracement from any type of push that you have seen. Now, understand that I've been reading a lot about cryptocurrency and where we think we're going. And some people think that it's more bullish, and some people think that it's more bearish, that we're going to see, inflation pick up and, interest rates we're going to go down, and we're going to see how, once we decrease those interest rates, inflation's going to pick right the heck back up. And honestly, I don't see that, right? We've been decreasing in inflation for 9 straight months. I don't know what they're going to do with interest rates, if they're going to not raise interest rates or lower interest rates at some point. I mean, eventually what you see is they raise interest rates, and then you're going to see it get to a point where all right, we don't need to raise it anymore, and let's have a trial run to see how the next month moves or the next 2 months move. And then you start to decrease interest rates. So it may take a little bit before those interest rates do decrease. But anyways, let's go through this. FTX collapse was a catalyst for a new bullish cycle in cryptocurrency market, said researcher on Monday, said Bernstein. The crypto exchanges demise cleaned up the final tranche of toxic crypto leverage, and taught digital asset investors the importance of decentralization and self-custody wallets, the report says. Macro catalysts are aligning for Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency by market cap. The note added with continued weakness in U.S. Regional banks and further deposit, I can't see any of this, further deposit outflows towards money market funds and the big 4 U.S. banks, all reflecting concerns around the centralization of money. Any potential dislocation, whether on the bank's credit side or on the sovereign side, positions Bitcoin perfectly as a safe haven asset alongside gold. Analysts, whoever this person is, said. Bitcoin has rallied 80% this year, with prices surging 23% in March amid multiple bank failures in the U.S. Ethereum's native token Ether is up 76% on a year-to-date basis, according to CoinDesk data. Ethereum implemented the highly anticipated Chappelle hard fork last week, opening doors for users to stake and unstake their Ether at will. Ether rallied 13% post the upgrade, lifting the broader market higher. The Ethereum blockchain's fees are up threefold, reflecting the growing user intensity and token prices post FTX, the note said. So let's scroll down here. These macro catalysts, a new Bitcoin mining cycle, the continued successful trades of Ethereum blockchain, and success of Ethereum scaling ecosystems such as Arbitrum. I reviewed that on my NFA channel if you guys want to go and check that out. Not a full review, just a breakdown of the movement and the potential there, the popularity. The opportunity to build a new institutional financial stack on the blockchain remains a worthy goal, and serious participants remain focused on the long term. The report said, adding that this will be the first crypto cycle which we will see participation from leading institutional investors. And I think that's out of all of that, I mean, that's pretty much all you needed to know. Everything else is like kind of a summary of what happened in the last year and what you're seeing. Seeing Bitcoin and seeing Ethereum up in the new year, everything that's happening there. But um, seeing that you're going to have newer or more money that's flowing into cryptocurrency, understanding where the dollar is, understanding, inflation as a whole, understanding how much debt is owed, understanding, other, fiat currencies are kind of taking a little bit of a step up compared to where they were compared to the US dollar. Seeing all these different things, that institutions are going to have a heavier investment into Bitcoin, Ethereum, market leaders, whether it's BNB or ADA, it doesn't matter. They're going to have a stronger investment into some of these plays. And I think, this may be the largest bull run that we end up seeing, right? The biggest bull cycle is upon us. And I honestly think that that's true, that we're going to see a massive use case bull run. And it's going to be all about Ethereum and Bitcoin and where they're going to go and who's going to flip who and what has the biggest use case and everything there. And honestly, I think Ethereum has a larger use case. I've said this plenty of times. It was tough getting through that because I couldn't see any of those words. The white screen behind it really messes everything up. I'd focus on the enterprise adoption, layer one, and utility. Retail isn't going to be enough because of the economy is so the trash coins will die slowly. I don't know what you classify as trash coins. Trash Panda. Gala Music better have good endorsements, in my opinion. Honestly, nowadays I see celebrity endorsements and I stay away. I hear you. Bro, can you explain all that news about Jasmine locking up 70% of tokens? Is it fake news? Also, do you own some CFX? Can you please answer? It's important for the whole Jasmine community. So, from what I understand, they are going to be locking up Jasmine coin, right? And this is not a bad thing. Now, I'm not so sure where it's coming from. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. But all I know as an investor that's outside of what that lockup would be, I know it benefits the people that are holding it. However, it doesn't benefit the people that are going to buy into it later. Because let's say if you do have a 70% lockup for a position, right? And you're looking at 50%. You're looking at 50 billion total coins, and you're looking at, let's say, seeing majority of that lock up and seeing 30% that's left. That price, the market cap will hopefully stay the same. You'll still see the same amount of people that are invested into it, people that believe in it. But I don't know where that 70% is coming from to lock up. So again, I don't know. But when it comes to understanding what you can gain out of it, the long-term effects of what that is, from an investment side, I understand that will be beneficial to anybody that is holding, because one, that automatically increases the price at the current market cap. You're seeing the circulating supply decrease, price increases. Circulating supply decrease, price increases because the market cap stays the same. Now, if the market cap drops, then the price also will find a way to stay the same. You won't see it at a higher level because the market cap will drop accordingly. However, the market cap is the market cap. I don't think that you'll see a massive adjustment based off of that, unless you see more people that are getting into it because of the thought of the lockup and how it will benefit people that are holding before that. So honestly, this is a way of, if they have a certain amount of coins, to increase the value of it. And I don't know what they're going to do with it, if they're going to create their own self-dilution as things do increase, because with the lockup, it creates interest. So as you're creating that interest and you're seeing the price rise, you're seeing the market cap rise. Well, now those coins that are locked up are now worth a lot more. So when they do become unlocked again, you can sell those for a lot more money, right? You can use those for funding or whatever you wanted to use those for as you are holding it. Now, again, I'm not so sure where it's coming from, but I'm definitely interested to find that out. But I haven't really seen the full detail as to locking up 70%. I didn't know that it was 70%. I thought it was lower than that, but I'll have to look into it a little bit more about that. But yeah. And to say if I hold CFX, no, I do not hold that position. I don't know what that is, but I don't hold it. A longtime subscriber and listener, appreciate all that you do for this industry and the people, asking the hard questions, and being real with everyone. It's refreshing and helpful. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Website Warrior. I appreciate that. I don't know if you're still here. I know that people have commented a long time ago. But yeah, you're stoned, dude. I'm stoned? No, I'm not. Not even close. But to respond to that, Website Warrior, I appreciate, people that appreciate me. I try to do my best to stay as real as possible, no matter how much people are like, hey, just be positive about this. And it's not about being positive. It's about showing you both sides, right? There's a negative and a positive to everything. And if we understand what the worst is, we know what the worst is and we can get the best, or get something better than the worst, right? We know where the worst is. So if we're comfortable with accepting the worst, then it will only get better from there. So that's what I try and do, is let everybody know, what's happening on the negative side, on the positive side, how I feel about certain things. And some of them are opinions. And I tell you that it's not about that this is complete factual, statements and all that stuff. It's led by some facts, right? If you have facts that are telling me, hey, Shibarium won't burn this much. Yeah, I mean, that's a given that you're not going to see 100% of the volume flow over to Shibarium. If you're talking about Terra Luna Classic and you talk about how the community's divided, or how people are talking about a reverse split, there's negatives to that. There's also positives to it. And I will mention it, and people saying, hey, why do you have any type of positive thought about reverse splits? And honestly, you can have a positive thought about reverse splits, right? You can get up to a certain point, price range, where everybody makes a ton of money out of it, maybe up to a penny, $60 billion market cap. And now you can see things that are recovering, right? Not only at a penny, now you can see you do a reverse split. I'm okay with that after that. Yes, a lot of people wouldn't gain the multiple millions of dollars that they wanted to gain, but you know what it would do is recover the overall chain, restore it back to what it is, restore USTC back to what it is, and you'll see value there. What you're losing maybe in the 100x that you have, or the 100 to 1 split that you would do at that level while it is at a penny, you now gain over in USTC, because that's worth 2 cents. So if you're invested in USTC, you're gaining a little bit there. We all have to sacrifice something. And if we sacrifice some sort of gains, we'll gain so much more in the end than what we invested. It's not about gaining millions upon millions of dollars, but what we could gain is hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I will be comfortable with that, gaining hundreds of thousands of dollars from a $43 investment, or a $1,000 investment for some people, or a $5,000 investment for some people. There's so much more potential. Richie's Plain Talk, thank you for that, for 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate that. Hopefully people already have their memberships there, but I do appreciate the memberships that you did send there. I second that, man. Most of the channels are a pump and dump and focused on only one or a few tokens. You speak of everything, good and bad. Totally respect to you, bro. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. I know for some of my videos, I do focus on, Shiba Inu and Terra Luna Classic, and I'll make some farm videos, some krill videos, Jasmine coin videos. I try and talk on things that will gain a little bit of views there. But in my live streams, I'm all about talking about many different positions and where you can go with a lot of those investments there, as well as the NFA channel for more than just like Shiba Inu, Crow, Lunic and Ethereum and all of those. I want something way more. If people want to see something about Anchor, we can talk about Anchor. You want to see something about Zen, we can talk about Zen or Farm or whatever. Let's have a chat about it. So thank you for saying that. Thank you for seeing that. I try to do that as much as possible. And it's not just about one position. I'm not all gung-ho about, Bitcoin. And I'm not one of those people that's like, hey, Bitcoin or nothing. And, one of those crypto channels that's like the largest crypto channel that only really talks about where the success of Bitcoin and kind of talk down everything else. But you got to have positivity. You got to have negativity. You got to see all sides of it. I've grown up that way. My whole life as a childhood, we always expected the best. My mom and, family always expected the best, and we always got worse than that. We always were like, hey, this is how much we're going to get. This is how much you're going to get paid in this month. And it's like, you're going to get paid $2,000 in that month or $1,000 in that month. And the worst case scenario was that you lose your job, right? You don't get paid anything. What do you do at that point? And what was that worst case scenario? Or did that worst case scenario happen, or did the best case scenario happen? Well, it was closer to the worst. You had 1 week of pay and then you lost your job. So it's like, that's where it gets difficult. And now we have to figure out how we're going to get food on the table, how you're going to pay the bills, how you're going to do all of that stuff. And I'm a kid. I can't figure that out. And so we always expected the best, but we got sort of the worst. And now I expect the worst and know that this is the worst situation that it gets, and I'm going to make sure that it gets a little bit better than that. And if it is, then we're doing all right. So you have to look at the negatives and the positives of everything, and actually look at everything. Whether that is Arbitrum. Hopefully I'm saying this right. But I talked about this position a while ago and how people are seeing some gains within it. In the last month, we've seen this move from $1.10 up to $11.80 in that time period. So things were definitely moving a bit. Let's scroll in. Let's look at the last 7 days and how things. I guess they were moving down at that point. But you have seen things that have come up from that $1.10 mark. Or $1.16 mark, and then seeing it kind of consolidate or hover around here. $1.3 billion in volume. That is huge. $2.2 billion of a market cap. That's something we probably need to look into further. But honestly, with all of the gains that you do see that's there, it's something where you're like, I have to take a step back because you don't know. You don't know how it's going to react to that gain. You could see a retracement. Thank you for the 281 people that are here. If you guys can hit the like button, I would love to get up to 200 likes. We're at 188 likes. If we can get to 200, I would greatly appreciate it. CRO Burns have talked about that. Sorry, I just popped in. So no, I haven't talked about any CRO burns. Have there been like new discussions about burns that I don't know about? Or are you looking at the contract address? No, something that's new. Yeah, I don't see anything new. I see something that was posted by Oscar Ramos, who talks about CRO a lot, and how we may see. I guess he has something. He's like crypto.com. I'll have to watch it. Chronos on the rise. Burns something. Burns and analysis. I guess seeing that. So I'll have to take a look at it, see what he has to say. But I haven't looked into it or seen anything new. Personally, I wouldn't mess with anything outside of the top 100 or even the top 50, to be honest. See, that's not the way you need to think about things. There's a ton. I think you talk about Cryptos R Us channel. One of them. Yeah, sure. But what I'm saying about this, the messing with anything outside the top 100 or the top 50, um, you have to put your chips into something that seems a little bit more risky, because there are a lot out there that have a ton of potential outside of the top 100. Because I see Farmcoin that's outside the top 100, and Farmcoin has given me more gains than I've seen than any other coin besides um, uh, Terra Luna Classic. Farmcoin has given me like $9,000 worth of a gain. And that's from a position that's, I think, ranked like 300 or 600 or something. I don't remember what it is, but it's ranked 602. So it's way outside the top 100. Things have potential outside the top 100. Or you can see something like Krill. And I think Krill can give me a lot more, and that's ranked 791, and it's at 11.2 million dollar market cap. So I know that this could, or different positions could give you a larger benefit, but you just have to see that. And not saying you have to invest all of your chips into that, play there, or invest all of your money into that one play, but put something into some of these, like maybe more risky plays, as people would classify them as more risky plays. But honestly, I don't see them as super risky. Yes, when you start to get into things that don't have a crazy amount of, or a good amount of markets that it is traded on, then you start to get into really risky plays. I have a rule where if you don't have enough markets to create a amazing amount of volume, a popular or a decent amount of volume, then I'm not going to invest into that play. Now there are some that I've kind of broken that rule on, where they're just launching, where you see Lunatics token that just launches and I put money into it and made money from it in the beginning. But then also have money on the side here that was, or coins that were given to me, tokens that were given to me, as well as coins that I gained through their staking program. And same thing goes for any new ones that have launched as well. You're not seeing a crazy amount of markets, but eventually you can see that potential to get there. But majority of my bigger investments do have a larger um, uh, array of what's it called, trading pairs. So variety of trading pairs. But yeah, I get what you're saying, at least a little bit. Now, can you make a token when Shibarium drops like you did before with Shib burn? Uh, to burn Shib. So that's the tough part, right? It's about maintaining the project, two, having a team on board in order to do that. It's so tough to maintain that. Maintaining a project by itself is like running your own business by itself. So I understand why people would want to get paid for running a certain cryptocurrency, or for being a dev that's on board, or whatever. I understand it because it is a lot of work. Even just getting the standard things done where you're listed on CoinMarketCap, the audit's done, right? Trying to list on exchanges, they charge you a massive amount in order to do so. So people will have to have that money in order to get on some of these exchanges, which they can't do because they don't have the money. The reason why ApeCoin was able to get on so many exchanges to start is because they had millions upon millions of dollars in order to invest into this cryptocurrency. And that's why, when you did see that happen, billions upon billions of dollars was invested literally on the first day. $10 billion was invested on the first day with how many places that it launched. So it's so tough to build it. I would probably say no, just because of, I understand how difficult it is to maintain, especially with, a family, a business of my own, and multiple things that I do during the day. It's so tough to maintain. So I would say I won't do that, especially since there are some others that are looking to create. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. But it's definitely more difficult than people think. It's like people are like, hey, why don't you just make something yourself? And I'm like, yeah, making it is not the problem. You can make it, um, but maintaining it is the issue. And then if you don't maintain it, and have that, you give up when you have 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 100,000 holders. Well, now you're in it, right? And you can't make videos or you can't go live or do anything there because you have to put all your time into making sure investors get their money's worth there. And it's just so tough. So tough. What happened to Clifford token? I don't know. And what happened to Zombie Inu? So I wasn't a big fan of Zombie Inu. People asked me about that, and I wasn't like the biggest fan of it. I did talk about how it could have potential, but I don't know what happened to them. Let's look at Zombie Inu. Zombie Inu new. I guess they launched a newer one or had a V2 to this, but you're currently seeing this with a billion total supply. And 851 people that are watching this. I don't know if it was like they converted over or anything like that, but seeing this at about 16% of a penny at the moment, which may be a higher price for some people that were into V1 versus V2. So I don't know. I don't even know if this is the one, right? If this is actually Zombie Inu. And you said what happened to what's the other one? Clifford. I did I was interested in that just for the um yeah, I don't know what happened to it. I guess it must have failed. But yeah, you have 10,000 holders in it, so people are still holding the position. It just became untracked and you have 37% that's in the dead wallet, all this other stuff. So I don't know what happened to it, but it's not there. Well, it's not tracked at least. Hey Matt, we love to get in touch with you. Cremation coin? I've heard some things about you about the project. I haven't heard much though. I haven't really dove into it, but I've heard people talk about it. Um, if it's about any type of partnership, I don't want to have to. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get into any more partnerships. Um, I am okay with a promotional video, but understand that it's not about me pushing it and saying that I'm a partner with it, that I truly do believe in it, unless I do see massive potential in it. So, in a lot of things, I'm okay with a promotional video in any way for a lot of things. Just like I would do, something where I talk about it, see all the different detail, but I will be honest. I will be 100% honest about what I see there. Now, I will let you know if something is an opinion or if it is factual, but most likely it will come with an opinion and how I feel about the project. And if I see potential in the growth and if I see potential in the people behind it as well. So, um, yeah, if you want to, can you contact me on Twitter? Just DM me on Twitter. If you don't have the ability to DM me, just I probably would have to follow you, and then you can DM me. Cremation is like lunacy. I did hear that. Invested in Clifford, hearing about it from Austin. Yeah, I mean, I looked at Clifford, I think, on my live stream like twice. And the reason why I wanted to invest in Clifford was not because I thought I was going to make a massive amount of money from it. It would have been great if I would have, but the reason I wanted to was because of just how much of a like a Clifford the Big Red Dog fan I was as a kid. How much I watched that because we only had like five channels. We had PBS and we would watch a lot of Arthur. We would watch a lot of Clifford the Big Red Dog, Zoom. I think that was Zoom or in the box or something. We would watch a lot of that stuff, and that's the only reason I wanted it. And the reason why I didn't get it was because it was going to cost me $90 in order to buy like $15 worth of Clifford. So I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to do this. But it was when fees were ridiculous. Understood. Okay. Yeah, I know Richie, but it's early. I was using a cloth and going around it. I don't know what we're talking about. I think the bear market is over. The bear market is not over. I think we're not in the so we're not in the bear market. I don't think we're in a bear market anymore, but I also don't think we're in the bullish market yet. We're in kind of like limbo, right? We're in that area to where we're like, what's going to happen here? And more consolidation points, even though we are seeing steady increases from this level of, $800 billion market cap all the way up to a $1.28 billion market cap. We're slowly getting back to that point. And as we see more positivity that's happening, in the economy, as we see, and it's not just our economy, right? It's the world economy. We're looking at inflation numbers to see if that state remains consistent, if it stays decreasing, if it stays easing, if we see interest rates, if that starts to fall off, right? If they decide to not raise interest rates, even though they may still do it, if they decide to not raise interest rates, then we may have more bullish momentum there by seeing no effect at all. Then when you start seeing interest rates decrease and inflation that's also decreasing, that's where we hit everything and the bull market really starts to run. That's only if that does happen. So we're waiting on a lot of this detail, and we don't get it until we wait weeks and weeks and months in order to figure that out. Um, I can't DM you. That would be great. You can't DM me, so I would have to follow you. Give me a second. Let me. I don't know if I have the right. I gotta make sure I have the right Twitter page. I have Cremation Coin Weekly Burns. Is that the right one? Is this the right Twitter page? Just to make sure. Yes. Okay. All right. Regulators like Gensler are on payroll. Didn't he used to work for Goldman? I don't know his history. Maybe. Can you please check CFX? Thank you. Yeah, I'll check it out. Give me a second. Doge nearing 10 cents. There are over 138 billion Dogecoin tokens in circulation, and over 1 million new tokens are minted every day. Large community versus inflationary assets. Are you invested in Doge? So I do have a little bit invested in Doge. I understood that from the beginning, and a lot of people didn't understand that they mint 5.2 billion every year. So in a way, they're minting about 5% of what it was, right? Where you saw 100 billion total coins, and they're minting 5.2 billion every single year. So they continue to do that. And seeing something that's more creating an inflation versus um, uh, you know, creating or decreasing, being deflationary, right? I don't know what I was looking for. I was looking for a different word. Deflationary. I think the deflationary model, in my opinion, is much better because eventually you're going to get to a point where people are like, it's not about being at $1, it's about being at a certain market cap. And whatever that price is at a certain market cap, that's where you see Dogecoin getting to. Now, Dogecoin has a lot of potential to be something way bigger, especially with the thought of, Twitter and what could be behind it. But right now, there's really nothing, right? There's no type of massive use case behind it. Same thing with Shiba Inu there, except Shiba Inu has a fixed supply and creates more of a deflationary model or has a deflationary model to it with the burns. But Dogecoin does not, unless they build some sort of feature into it, some sort of model into it that makes it deflationary, but it's not something that, um, comes easy. They would have to completely upgrade everything to a different model. Because isn't it like kind of a carbon copy of like Bitcoin in a way? Except without the max supply, you're looking at a total or a supply that can continue to increase. Might be his, just random long beard hair. If you're talking about something floating in the air, it's probably cat hair. This cat just loves to run around here, and then if there's any like fan or something that blows, like if I'm too hot and I have the fan on, it blows the cat hair that she ends up shedding. I have to sweep and wipe down everything, and you'll see cat hair that floats, and it bothers me, but it doesn't happen often. I mean, it happens every day because she's always down here with me. I don't even know if she's here somewhere. Might be upstairs today. Ow. I was a bit late today. Why has nobody told me that about the dog hair hanging off his chin? Got cat hair hanging off his chin? Oh, yeah, I do. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't know what that was about. It's fine. I have animals. Their hair is everywhere. Grown man with a cat. Absolutely. Ooh. I bet it stays there the rest of the stream. No. The rest of the stream isn't going to be long. We got like 1 minute basically. But guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It might also be a dog hair actually, because Emmy sleeps right next to me, and I literally just woke up and came down here, brushed my teeth, and came down here. Didn't brush my hair or anything. That's why I put on a hat. Um, have you spoke about Jasmine? I haven't spoke about Jasmine much today, just a little bit. I'll probably make a video on it. I feel like people do want to hear more about Jasmine, and um, maybe even the locked up coins and all that stuff. I'll probably get into that. Um, but anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Is Bitmart a good exchange? Please share your thoughts. I haven't looked into it. I don't hold anything in Bitmart, but I haven't heard anything bad about it. Um, Actually, you know what? I do. Um, I did trade in Bitmart, and I think it was definitely expensive. It was on the expensive side when I made some transactions and I tried to transfer things to different places. It was definitely on the higher side. Now I'm not sure if that's everything. I believe I was trying to send. It might have been Shiba Inu, and it was going to cost me at that moment 4 million Shiba Inu was a lot. Um, but I was trying to send my 4 million, and it was telling me it was going to cost me 4 million, so I had to have at least 4.5 million in order to send. I'm like, why would I try and send 4.5 million to be taxed, or have a fee of 4 million of that and only send 500,000? Why would I do that? So yeah, it was a little bit high on the fees, and I don't know if that's the case with everything, but that's the only experience that I had with it. So I wouldn't say it's a horrible stream or a horrible exchange. Um, but the experience that I had with it, which was very minimal, wasn't really that great. So, um, what's up with Zelda 2.0? We should be millionaires by now. Yeah, I mean, for Zelda 2.0, I have no idea when they're looking to launch. I know they're looking for like kind of the right time when it comes to the markets, because the issue that they keep having is that like they'll launch in like a downward market or a negative time period, and you want to make sure you confirm when the market is going to be a little have more investors into it, right? If you have more investors into the market, you know that you're going to have a larger push to it. Now, I'm not so sure if that's 100% the reason why. I'm kind of speculating a little bit, but I do think that it's more on if we're seeing a bullish market or a bearish market. And right now we're still in limbo. So when we do see that bullish market, they launch, and everything there. I think they are setting up things in order for Zelda 2.0 to launch and actually have a fully successful launch that's there, and uh, be worth so much more on the ETH side, and I can't wait for it. I really can't. I'm very hype about that. Um, and we'll see. I definitely have to have a conversation with them to see what their time frame is looking like and anything that they're looking to add to it, because that would be cool. Um, But yeah, I would go over CFX. I would. I'm gonna have to add that to my next. Just remind me next time. I'm sorry that I'm not gonna get to it today. Um, One, I have to go put this thing on my back because my back is hurting. Um, and I have to take some of these videos and put them on the other channel also. I got some other stuff I need to do. But guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. I appreciate you guys for being here. All of the likes. We have over 200 likes. We have a good amount of chat revenue. I appreciate you guys. And we had 10 new memberships from Richie's Plain Talk. Thank you for giving out memberships today. And yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you guys follow. If you have a chance to follow my golf channel, feel free to go and follow my golf channel. I'm going to have another video that's posted today. Uh, Related to trying to break 90. And if you guys are a fan of golf or seeing me in a different light, I do have a golf channel. If you go over to my main channel and go over to channels, you're going to see all of the associated channels. 1, 2, 3, 4 are all of my channels. If you want to subscribe to any of them, go ahead. I haven't posted on these two in a little bit, but I post on these two pretty much every day. And this is where you'll see all of the different breakdowns of, different cryptocurrencies as well. But yeah, go and subscribe to my golf channel if you're interested in golf. I will have many more videos, and I'm posted shorts videos and regular videos. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.